dead.
Cloud Retainer, Paimon. As
No way,
far
no
as
way.
I'm aware, Cloud
Oh,
Retainer
bro.
isn't the most
This guy,
musically
there's a guy
gifted.
up here with
Still, we
snake.
can't completely rule her out just yet.
Come here, just come here.
If we set off
Oh,
now,
I'm dead. I'm
we could head to
definitely
Mount
dead.
Outsung
Oh,
and
no.
ask her about
He's
it.
right there, resin.
You'll be able to
Right
confirm
there in
either
the
way
corner.
if it's her, and
In the corner.
I can...
Oh, shoot! Shoot!
I've been in Lea
Res.
Harbor for so long now that I'm just not as
Res,
familiar with
Res.
the Adepti
Here's
anymore.
grenades. Here's grenade.
If there's
Here's
anything we want to
grenades.
know about them, she's the best person to ask.
Sounds great! And we're pretty close
And
with
that man
Cloud
stole my
Retainer
shotgun,
now,
too.
so we probably don't even need to bring her food this time, right?
He fell down. He fell down.
I've prepared a gift for her to mark the festival,
Place mine.
just in case. However...
That man stole my shotgun. Can you do that?
Cloud Retainer
I
spends
put
most of
out
her
a
days
shotgun
studying mechanisms in
from
her
that chest,
abode.
I think.
She's on her
Yo, I'm
own
about
so
to
much
die.
of the time
Loki
that
about
the
to die.
moment she has someone to chat with,
I'll watch
she
you.
just... Never mind. I promised I'd help Mr. Dvorak, and now that I've made the contract, I can't be having second thoughts. Traveler, Paimon, let's set out for Cloud Retainer's abode.
Yeehaw.
Seems like this is a tough decision for Ganyu, but she's made up her mind now.
I think they stole. Yeah, they stole
Paimon
my
gets why
mic.
she'd be so anxious.
Wait, XX, did you not notice that I was
how
here?
about this? If Cloud Retainer tries to start telling stories about her again this year,
There's a crown.
I was here. That's crazy. I'm muted again.
Wait, did she leave already? Hey, Ganyu, wait up!
No, there's nowhere. Oh, shit. Hey, Nikki, let's go.
You're weird, buddy. You're weird.
Yeah, you're weird. Cast away. We are cast away.
Well, actually, I kind of take that back. If we talk about XX here, then yeah, it's not really weird.
Away. I'm about to push my hips. Come here, like here, like this. Don't jump out. You're trying to deputy trip.
I'm muting again. Bye bye. Nah, I think you do.
My bad again. Yo, wait. How do you kill True?
Justin.
Ah, that man has shield. That man has shield. I have no heals. I have no heals. I have no heals. Go back to lobby.
Into the wind.
There's a new item shop. Item shops be fresh.
XX,
Yo, they got
I think you'll
surf
smash every guy in the world.
That's what makes me a spring skin.
Paimon's so tired from trying to keep up. Don't either of you
Sugar Rush?
Okay, how is Paimon tired? She flies.
I can't believe it. Cloud Retainer is not
I want
here.
Eagle.
I'm
I used to
going
have
mute again.
Eagle.
Did we miss her?
What happened? I used to have
She doesn't
Eagle.
like to travel.
Probably,
So in the
probably
past,
epic.
it's always
Stop.
been the
Slow
other
clap
Adepti who come to visit her during the
They
festivals.
brought
I said
back
stop.
first like specialists.
Somehow Paimon doubts
Why are they bringing back some old
No.
skins?
No.
True.
Choose tails,
Now
XX.
that I think about it,
Choose
Cloud Retainer would be
tails.
quite capable of taking care since
He
she's
brought
not
You
here.
have to choose
Dynamo.
I guess the next step is to check all
This
the
was
other
rare.
abodes, one by one.
Uh-oh. Will it
Hey,
involve...
come here, let's do it like this.
Got it!
Don't
That's
talk
a
about.
great idea!
Please go on.
Our goal here is to find the Adeptus that helped Dvorak's ancestor, right? We can't hear any music right now, but if she's really as nice as the story suggests, she'd definitely come to help anyone who was drowning, right?
Yes, I think that's fair to say.
So, all we have to do is get the Traveler will come to the rescue.
Because you did everything. You destroyed the world. You took my family. You took my friends. Everything. I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna mute now. That's it.
You know perfectly well that Paimon can't swim. Paimon would sink like a rock. Just trust Paimon. The water's pretty deep over there. Quick, swim to the very center.
The wind knows me.
What are you guys talking about? Where's my head so much?
Into the wind.
Yeah, that's my last name.
Help! Help! Someone's drowning. If only there was a kind-hearted
Oh, I
Adeptus
know.
here to save us. Oh no! Whatever will a Paimon do?
What is going on?
How do you feel right now? Shenhe!
Why don't you say something? Okay, fine. Paimon will explain.
Yo, XX, guess who I see right now? The one, the only Xiao. Oh, I'm playing the lantern right thing in Leeway. Story quest. I told you I'm not wishing for him. I told you I'm not wishing for him because you actually want him really bad. Yeah, I'm just gonna go mute again. Yes, but I'm not gonna use it.
We're looking for an Adeptus who's good at being a
What do
lifeguard and
you want
playing
anyway?
music.
Why? I'm not gonna be much of a talker
But if the Adepti aren't gonna stay
because
home,
I'm
then how are we
kind
supposed to
of
find
bored
them?
and kind of sad and kind of black and kind of something. Okay, bye bye.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, so this Adeptus is most likely a woman.
And I am not an Adeptus, as you both already know, Traveler and Paimon.
Okay, so this is Paimon's fault. No way Paimon would have suggested this idea if she'd known how awkward this was gonna be.
Glad you're okay.
Enter vehicle.
As far as I know, the one you seek is no Yaksha. And one last thing. Your actions here caused others a great deal of worry. Do not repeat them again in the future.
As ever, the conqueror of demons comes and goes, just like the wind. Right. I didn't dare to say a word just now. How's your training going, Shenhe? Have you made any plans for Lantern Rite? We could spend it together in Liyue Harbor if you'd like. I had planned to spend the festival with Master this year. However... Oh, speaking of Cloud Retainer, when did you see her last? Earlier this morning. She set off for Mount Hulao at dawn. I noticed she was using an Adeptus art of some kind to protect a mechanism that looked like a boiler. Maybe it was a gift for Mountain Shaper. I did not inquire. So we just missed her. Please excuse me for a moment. I think I'll leave the gift in her abode. Sure.
Huh?
Thank you.
Cause I'm choosing not to talk.
I said, huh?
It sounds like Ganyu and Shenhe have gotten a lot closer
Leave me
recently.
alone, Ramen.
Yes.
I'm just not talking.
During the summer and winter, I'll
Gee.
continue to train with Master. In
Ooh,
the other months of the year,
Shut
I have been learning to adapt to human life in Liyue Harbor.
Jim, I
Ganyu
got a
arranged
question.
accommodations for me in the city, and also
Are you
recommended
a
several
monkey?
work positions for me. But when I try to blend
Mm-hmm.
in by referring to her as
No.
Lady
No. Stop.
like the others,
Stop.
she
Oh,
says
let
I
me turn off my
must
music real quick.
Stop.
Sometimes I'm
Stop.
supposed to
Bad.
like other people.
Go to Hornido.
Sometimes I'm not.
Bad.
It's a little difficult to keep track of everything.
What is your question, Marshmallow?
Are you a monkey?
Maybe. Okay, bye-bye.
No.
XX, stop. I can hear you over the Genshin Impact characters. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Go! Okay, bye-bye.
Oh, is that what it is? Noted.
Okay, at this point, I'm just
I'm looking for Master today because you wanted to ask her about the mystery adeptus. Is that right?
Yep.
Hey, you didn't let me shoot. You can't do that.
I stopped
XX, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to lower you down, ma'am.
I hit it with my hand. The rest of the game.
That's a very good volume. Only one ball of volume.
But he's 5'7".
I told you, it's fine.
He's a
Fine,
7,
I might put
but he's
you
a
at
Twitch streamer.
5. Actually, no,
He
4.
plays video games online and talks to
Actually, no.
people.
Sounds sus. For a job?
Yeah.
I'll put
He's
that
a
down.
9,
Okay.
but loves Andrew Tate.
I put you, Marshmallow, at this volume as well.
Okay.
There we go. Now, bye-bye.
He's an 8, but has an eye bracelet.
Ooga ooga booga doo. Ooga booga doo.
He's an 8, but he's 5.
We gotta celebrate our differences.
Ching chong ching ching chong. Ching chong ching ching chong. Celebrate our differences. Ooga booga doo. Ooga booga doo. Gotta celebrate our differences. Nacho tacos. Chimichangas. Okay, bye-bye.
Oh, speaking of that, have you ever heard any music while out training in the mountains?
Music? What is that?
It's
The man tripped.
a kind of a happy or relaxing sound, or a nerve-wracking sound,
Oh.
or even a terrifying one.
Okay, I'm done. I also left her a note so
Nah,
that she
he's
knows
gonna
where to
take
find
his
us.
hand.
We won't miss her again.
Yay! That's really helpful. Thanks.
We were just talking about this thing called music, and based on Paimon's description, I do believe I hear it every day. Please follow me.
Oh, really? Great, let's go!
Let's light it up! It's a miracle!
One with nature. Shah!
It's easy to turn this back into applesauce. Just whip it up, add boiling water, and stir it until it's stir.
To dehydrate, we just spread it thinly on dehydrator trays.
Now we'll dehydrate this for at least 12 hours until it's no longer sticky. And before we know it,
I'm gonna tell you why you don't want to be a rapper right now. How many people in this want to be a rapper? I want to be in some type of industry where they can get internet fame to get money. How many? Let me tell you why. Your favorite rapper, you know what's crazy? Your favorite rapper, you're happier than your favorite rapper right now. You watching this live, he turned up. Money, you happier than him. That money that he got.
The wind knows me.
There's so many people like that be telling me they love me.
This is the place. I enjoy training here to the sound of music.
dry hair, and although it was nothing...
XX, what did I tell you about moaning?
Let me go change real quick.
What?
Oh no! Paimon's got gas! Paimon can't hear anything! Oh, whew! Paimon hasn't gone deaf after all? Anyway, where is this music?
Is that
The
but
faint
Paimon?
sound of birdsong, the quiet murmur of the streams. These are relaxing sounds.
Okay, I'll go mute again.
Are
Bye.
they not the music of which you speak?
Oh, okay, fine. It's all Paimon's fault. What we're looking...
Oh, and a melody is? Huh?
Hey, why don't you just sing that one melody Shen has heard before? It'll probably help her to understand what we're talking about.
Oh, was that from the opera that Yunjin sang?
That was a melody, and melodies can be called music.
It felt like I was transported back to the past. In my mind's eye, I could see the Zhao lanterns lighting up the night sky again. We're all there, raising our glasses and drinking to our heart's content on the Jade Chamber. As I watched Yunjin's performance, I felt a warm sensation in my heart.
XX, what did I
And
tell
as the drink
you?
reached my stomach, it went from warm
Calm
to
down,
hot.
man.
When you hummed that melody just now, feelings from a whole year ago came right back to me, as strong as they were on that day. Oh,
my God.
so
Okay.
that's the power of music.
Wow, Shen, huh?
Should I be mute or
That is so
unmute?
deep. Music definitely has the power to bring up memories. It's
Because
like
for me, I
a
vote
time
mute.
capsule with all the special moments from our lives squished inside.
Marshmallow, what do you vote? For me to be
Are there any
muted or
melodies that have
unmuted?
left a deep impression
Well,
on you?
I'll
I
go.
back.
don't remember if
I'll
my
go with
parents ever
whatever
sang any
Marshmallow
lullabies
says.
to me.
What?
I know some local
Should I be
folk
muted or
songs,
unmuted?
and a few other things
Ah.
come to mind too.
Unmuted.
The songs
God
of the
dang it.
sailors
Okay,
down at the
fine, I'll
docks.
be unmuted.
Muted.
The little yes, that's right.
Unmuted.
In the past, whenever I heard the sound of those
Hello.
two, Nenny and Mila probably viewed me as a non-human.
now.
And they are right, in the sense
Yo,
that
what the
I
f-
never
how
could
do I
connect
ca-
with humans' artistic
Fine, then I guess
expression
I'll
and
be,
their
I'll be
sentiments.
reading that what the traveler
So
says
I
when it
haven't
comes me
been
to
able
pick
to
a
integrate
thing.
into their community and be a part of
And
their
y'all
lives.
hear me saying it too.
At least, that's the view I held in the
Alright.
past. Only more recently did I start to realize that the only barriers are ones that I have erected with my imagination.
Erected with your imagination. Wait, Ganyu have an imagination. I wonder what she's imagining.
The way those melodies make me feel isn't all that different from other people after all. They're about mundane details of everyday existence. Life's ups and downs, joys and sorrows. Even though we come from different backgrounds and have different stories to tell, when it comes down to the most common things that we see and experience around us each day in the city, in that sense, we're all the same.
Ganyu, you sound like that one Naruto named Sasuke. We're the same.
You go, Ganyu! You're really making progress. You have loads of friends in Liyue Harbor when you think about it. Like,
Just gonna act like I don't hear XX moaning
okay,
right
maybe
now.
some are more like coworkers and bosses. But at the very least, Kuching and Shenna are your friends now, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, we should refer to each other by the conventional forms of address used among fellow disciples. But now that I know what constitutes a friendship, I do believe we are more friends than co-disciples. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome, Ganyu.
Once the days are warmer, I would like to host you at my home in the city. Please invite Kuching as well.
Ka-ching.
I've planted many types of flowers. I'm sure some of them will be to your taste. You are too kind. I couldn't possibly. Nonsense. You are my friend.
Yeah.
I have cultivated and cared for the flowers just as you taught me. Once you've seen them for yourself, I am sure you can advise me how to do an even better job next time. I will save some for decoration. We can feast on the rest. Then, thank you in advance. Wait, what is that saying again? Do people say that? I'm not completely sure either.
It doesn't matter, okay? You got the point across. No need to split hairs. I'm much more concerned about your idea of a girls' night out. Eating flowers? Really? Does this have anything to do with you both being the disciples of that illuminated bird?
Eating flowers. I doubt Kating will be munching on any flowers.
Who dares refer to one not by one's Adeptus title, but merely as that illuminated bird?
Dang, how long you messed up?
Master.
GTA myth number 1, you can't
Our
parachute on
greetings,
top of
Cloud
a palm
Retainer.
tree. I know I'm from Florida, but who comes up with these? Alright, let's try that. Ow, you have to become one.
Paimon.
Double humph.
It actually works. And I
Now
did
she
become one
has
with
the
palm
goal
tree.
to use
Myth number 2, you
it
can't
rather
knock a
than
jet
she,
ski off their jet ski.
even after being chastised once already. Barely a moment has passed since we last met, and yet your impertinence has reached new heights. Very well. If you refuse to learn your lesson, one shall scold you no further.
65 there, you say?
One has received your message from Ganyu. On the matter of the Adeptus you
When he was really
seek,
young.
one suspects to know their identity.
What if I told you all these girls
Well,
are me then?
shall one lead the way?
Yes, please, Cloud Retainer. We would like to know this unknown person, or unknown Adeptus, or unknown god or something. I don't know.
I still have to complete my training for today, so I will bid farewell to everyone here.
Bye bye,
Very well.
Shinhan.
Await my arrival at one's abode later this night. On this special occasion, you should indulge yourself with some savory dishes.
Happy Lantern Ride, Shinhan. Yeah.
If you want to release a shell lantern, come and find us anytime.
A Shao Lantern.
Thank you, everyone. Happy Lantern Night
So
to
we'll
you too.
make Shao out of a lantern?
Justice?
Oh wow. She actually sung the thing.
It's getting canceled over someone getting hurt at his New Year's Eve party. Kai was hosting a New Year's Eve party and invited an influencer named Jovi Pena. After the party, she told Kai that she was leaving, but because she was so drunk, Kai told her that it would be safer to stay the night at the house. That night, one of the members from the party did some things with Jovi that were not good, and she's claiming that Kai was an accomplice to this. Kai went on stream and said that he had no part of the incident and is talking with his lawyers to do everything he can to get the situation resolved. But because it happened at Kai's house, people are saying that it's Kai's fault. Make sure you subscribe, and do you think Kai should be canceled?
I sleep on ice cold water every night. So I get real hot when I sleep, and I sweat profusely until I got this thing called the chili pit.
Gotta go to God, you gotta find the treasure and reunite with Shao. Then may come into our lantern. XX, please stop moaning before I go to your house. Then hit you with a horny bat.
Chilled water sitting in the gas. This regulates my body temperature, stops me from sweating. Studies show that we're sleeping in a colder room.
Time to go.
So if you got the money to afford it,
Marshmallow, are you good, buddy? I think he killed Marshmallow. Look out.
Huh?
Oh, there you go. Marshmallow, you alright, buddy? You good,
I think I might have died.
Illusion shattered.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get on my bed.
No, don't. She's trying to force you to do it. Don't do it, buddy. It's a trap. It's a trap. Marshmallow, please. It's a trap, buddy. Don't fall for it. She's trying to lure you in.
Okay. Do not.
Is this Quaily Plains?
Do not.
Cloud Retainer,
No Paimon, it's your butthole.
Okay. I'm done.
Ganyu is of course familiar with the name Guizhong, but have you ever heard of her?
What? Gusahuka? No. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Guizhong is another name of Agentis, the god of dust.
Yeah, I never heard
She was extroverted in nature.
Oh, never
and
heard of her.
adored
Oh,
social
shoot.
gatherings and inventions alike. Long ago, this region was yet a prosperous
story
assembly. Guizhong often invited her friends to visit her home, reserving for us seats around the largest stone table. Sea Gazer would always bring out his latest treasure and place it upon the table. He could be quite the braggart. Though usually a mild-mannered fellow, when it came to those collectibles he was so fond of, he always loved to show them off.
Paimon remembers that name. So that's what Sea Gazer was like.
Oh, that one box.
He was an old friend and a former rival. One has many memories of him. Once he had brought out the treasure, it would predictably become the center of attention. Neither Guizhong nor one was content to let him just steal the spotlight. So we would then also present our proudest mechanical creations. As Adepti, we were each gifted in our own ways, and naturally proud of our accomplishments in our respective fields of expertise.
I'll be part of
As a result, one often quarreled with Sea Gazer. His treasures were not even of his own making. He just used his exploration skills to dig them out of the ground. How, pray tell, could he compare to me, when every single one of one's accomplishments were crafted by one's own hand?
I don't know.
Cloud Retainer, you are getting competitive again.
Getting competitive again, man.
One digresses. Regardless, every time an argument occurred, Guizhong would come over to watch us during our mutual lambastics. On some occasions, she would join in, and on others, she'd take one of us by the limb and start uttering the most ridiculous nonsense.
What kind of nonsense?
No kind of nonsense were we spared. Sometimes she would brazenly opine, why argue between yourselves when neither of you could ever hope to beat me? She always sought to make everyone happy. And one must say, she had quite the gift for it. No matter what nonsense she said, one never felt bothered or offended. It also helped that she never referred to one as that illuminated bird or lady bird.
Dang, Paimon. Come straight at you.
Come on, get over yourself!
Anyway, just as our impassioned arguments would reach the apex of acrimony, Marchosius would bring his delectable dishes to the table. Who would dare snub the stove god and his wondrous creations? At the sight of him, we would all immediately drop the argument and prepare the table for a night of feasting and drinking.
Drinking what now? What are you drinking? Are you drinking wine? Water? Juice? The black people making Kool-Aid drinks? You know, What?
Back then, one was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis
I was talking about Cloud Retainer. I didn't know you were drinking something.
One's taste. Can you see yourselves ever enjoying a drink from a square cup?
You thought I was actually talking about you? What do you think? I'm a black wizard? Wow. I take that offensively. Come on, put your paws up. Oh, that does sound annoying. Wait, what did she even say? Back then was XX. Could you enjoy a drink from a square cup? Okay, then that does sound annoying.
Precisely. So, as you can see,
If I
even
can't hear
one
you,
as
it's because
great
my
as
music
Rex
is very
Lapis
loud, alright?
was not immune to making the occasional blunder. Even one could never find fault with Marchosius's cooking. As we ate, Guizhong would continue to find topics for conversation, filling the table with humor and laughter.
Yeah.
Shut up!
Those old fossils had their character flaws and points of obstinacy. So why was it that whenever we dined together,
Jesus Christ,
we
can never record a video in a party.
Hi.
We would drink together from a spot high in the mountains until the moon
About to be yelling at my
set and
video
the sun
now.
rose, and only
Cause this
then
little
would
lady
finally come to an end. Streetwood Rambler would often remain to admire the flowers with Guizhong before returning to her own abode. The glaze lilies were far more abundant back then. Entire fields of them would appear to the eye as a veritable sea of flowers.
I like sea of flowers. I would just probably die if I didn't. Nah, I think I'm good. They can't even hear you. They only hear me yelling at a ghost person, even though I know who I'm yelling at.
Streetward Rambler?
That would be Ping. You probably know her as Madam Ping.
Oh yeah, that old lady.
Okay. Wait, this is a lovely story and everything, but didn't we come here to find that Adeptus from Mr. Dvorak's story?
Oh yeah, where is that Adeptus? She sounds pretty wise.
Or are you saying that it was Guizhong? Didn't she, already,
Die?
Alas, long has one avoided this place for precisely that reason. The sights here are a reminder of a time long gone, and evoke much sorrow.
Dang.
One should have guessed that you would disrupt one's poignant moment of mourning with your incessant questioning.
Dang.
No matter, one will share the whole story with you now.
Aw, boy. Story time. Wait, do I not get the story?
In times gone by, one quarreled oft with Guizhong concerning mechanical principles. We each had our ideals, and neither would yield. Under the pretext of a social gathering, one invited the impartial Rex Lapis to judge the quality of our creations. But Rex Lapis declared that Guizhong's Obscuro Vulpus mechanism was superior. Though one was too proud to acknowledge it, in one's heart, one knew that Guizhong was indeed the superior talent in the mechanical arts. As for the story between Guizhong and Streetward Rambler, that begins with a certain bell. In Guizhong's opinion, while mechanisms were no substitute for human composers, they were yet capable of producing simple but fine melodies. But Streetward Rambler believed music to be an expression of the soul, an emotional enterprise that could never hope to be replicated by machinery. They argued endlessly, until one asked Rex Lapis to intercede. He confiscated the bell and designated it for ceremonial use. Thereafter, one would often find them convening in the mountains, discussing music, mechanics, and all the affairs of the mortal world. But these good times were not to last. War broke out between the gods, and soon engulfed the Guili plains. Guizhong was overpowered by the enemy, and fell in battle. When Streetwood Rambler and I arrived at the scene at long last, all that remained among the ruins was her lifeless body. After this, at Streetwood Rambler's request, Rex Lapis granted her the cleansing bell for safekeeping. To honor our friend's memory, one made a few finishing touches to her ballistic device. Many lantern rites have passed since then. Many greetings and goodbyes. Upon what do you gaze? The Guili Plains?
No. It's everything. We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next.
Who is that? Who is
But
that
are we
guy?
Adepti
Who is
so
her?
different?
I don't know who
Perhaps
she
as
is.
dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
What? You have loads of friends, and you seem pretty chatty.
Just because one is not ignorant of social graces does not mean one is fond of them. One is perfectly capable of partaking in conversation despite being introverted. But in the end, one is nothing like Streetward Rambler. She is dauntless but thoughtful, not to mention eloquent and wise. Moreover, her friendship with Guizhong was far greater than one's own. Back when they were rivals, they would often compete against one another in the realm of musical composition. That cleansing bell was one of Guizhong's proudest works, having the ability to both compose and perform.
One for one night, take it back on this
She
one.
pestered an old friend for that bell? And she also said something about being a vain beauty when she was young or something.
Hey, she does look beautiful when she was young, but Madam Ping now? Ah.
Streetward Rambler, a vain beauty. My foot.
How Tanner? Now you know that she's
bell
beautiful.
has a
But she
sad
ill.
history. Clearly, she refrained from sharing with you the truth of its origins, since the right time had not yet come. As for her old friend, who else could it be?
The guy that real shot.
As soon as Streetward Rambler heard that a certain Zhang Li wished to borrow the bell, she realized that the man was none other than Rex Lapis, and that he had made an enormous decision. After all, we all have known each other for several millennia. Some things between us are implicitly understood.
I got a question for you guys.
Whoa! So they were
Have
talking
you ever
in
been
secret
sleeping in
code?
class
Oh,
and then
Paimon
the
did
teacher
not
just
think
wake
that
you
was
up and when you were sleeping you had a
Enough of
very
your
good dream?
intrusions. Where was one
That
up
you
to?
wouldn't-
Bro,
Well,
me,
for me
bro.
that happened.
One remembers now.
Hold on, let me just stop
That's
this autoplay
me
right
too.
quick. I had the best dream there is. And then this teacher come wake me up out of my sleep just for me to write my name on a piece of paper that I forgot to write my name on.
Me too.
And I'm like, bruh.
The cleansing bell is powered by a mechanical art
And plus on
and
that
can
day I
be
was
used
tired
to
too.
great effect as
So I
an
was kinda
accompanying
aggravated.
instrument. After the passing of its creator, it was used on numerous occasions during rites of parting. But Streetward Rambler did not acquire it from Rex Lapis for the purpose of producing further funerary tunes. No. Each time she rang it, it was to play the tune that Guizhong composed on it. The two once clashed over their beliefs about the meaning of music. Who would have thought that with Guizhong's passing and Streetward Rambler's mourning, two tunes composed in discord would eventually become one harmonious composition?
Cartman Tanner said Discord.
Once upon a time, Streetward Rambler also loved gatherings, liquor, and music. But after Guizhong passed, she preferred her own company. She could often be found sitting alone at a mountain summit, contemplating and reminiscing with her zither. The music would go from mournful to soothing to impassioned. Many years passed before she finally composed a melody to our satisfaction. In celebration, she played the tune to the clouds. Regrettably, one has only ever heard her play that tune once. Which brings one back to the matter you've been investigating. Perhaps it was during that performance that the ancestor of your Fontaine friend fell into the water and was saved by Streetwood Rambler.
But if she was so happy with the melody, why would she only play it once?
One was also greatly perplexed by this.
Another
After suppressing
advertisement.
one's curiosity for a long while, one finally approached her and asked why she would retire the tune after having spent so long on it. In response, she said, "Though the strings that played that melody survive, the one who inspired it is gone. Tell me, Cloud Retainer, when the one attuned to my soul is no longer here, who else could hope to understand this tune?"
Aw, poor Madam Ping.
I just remember being taken care of by you when I was young. Once the Archon War came to an end, I stayed behind in Liyue Harbor to honor my contract. Although I met Guizhong a few times, I never knew anything of this particular story.
Guizhong was quite the visionary, but tragically passed before her time. Her manuscripts still lie unfinished in the realm of clouds. Blank pages give one cause for contemplation on what might have been. Had you not decided to search for that mystery Adeptus, perhaps these stories, too, would have been lost to the sands of time. As of now, you know the truth. That the Adeptus who rescued the drowning man was none other than Streetwood Rambler. Do you intend to discuss this with her?
Maybe.
Do you mean Ping might find the topic too distressing?
Precisely. The passing of our old friend is a heavy topic that both of us are usually careful to avoid.
If I may be so bold, Cloud Retainer, could it be that this is just your own personal opinion?
Oh? How so?
I've been in Liyue Harbor for quite a long time now, and I've witnessed many farewells along the way. So I, too, am well acquainted with the pain of the passing of a loved one. But this doesn't bring the city or its people to a standstill. They have to keep moving forward. Someone as perceptive and wise as Ping will surely have come to understand and embrace this. Though these immortal mountains have lost an Adeptus, the harbor of mortals has gained a wise elder. No loss can ever be undone.
Oh, it's just right there.
But there is always much that can still be gained. Ping has helped countless people, and will guide many others in the years to come. And all to whom she extends a helping hand become her friends.
I don't like how there's treasure.
People she can admire flowers and discuss music with. Though it is heartbreaking to lose a kindred spirit, life goes on. Because there are new friends waiting for you further down the road.
Well, Ganyu is speaking facts. Ganyu is right.
We even asked Madam Ping what she thought about adding a music festival to this year's Lantern Rite. Oh, when we get back, why don't we just ask her if she'd like to perform?
No, that's for me.
Maybe we can even get her up on stage.
No, it's for me.
You youngsters and your imagination.
Have you ever been cheated on?
Why don't you come with us?
How?
It's been a long time since you last spoke with Ping, and Liyue Harbor is always decorated so beautifully during the festival period.
Is not every Lantern Rite the same in this regard? Were there ever anything new to discuss? One in Pink could meet any day of the year.
No. My first ever girlfriend. You my second. What? Well, you're the only one who's you're the only one who stayed with me for kind of a long time. So yeah, I guess yeah. I don't know what happened though.
I disagree. Each new day and each new year is different from those that have come before. How long will you simply let them pass you by?
Do it as a favor for me. Yeah, this black person.
Very well.
Yeah. You can't get rid of the black people, can ya?
Then one will be off. If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
Okay, bye-bye, convertina.
All right. We should be getting back to the harbor as well. We don't want to keep her waiting.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's go, guys.
Once the Guili Assembly, now the Guili Plains. Say, if we planted flowers there and cared for them carefully enough, do you think that one day we'd be able to recreate the sea of glaze lilies?
Maybe.
Allow one to take back one's praise from a moment prior. You are still far too given to flights of fancy, child.
Wow.
What? Cloud Retainer? You were still listening?
One observed that you were making no effort to leave, and returned to chasten and hasten you. This time, one is departing in earnest.
Why?
Of course I gotta fight something. Okay. Ooh.
Time to go. Into the wind.
Oh,
Pause. Pause again.
A fateful offering.
pause.
I don't like how y'all was behind me all the time.
Shine down!
Solo. Solo. No, 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 I'm not going. No, I'm gonna go
The
solo.
wrong test subject.
Is that a remix?
You're tired.
Time to go.
Listen. Where's the monkey? Where's my phone?
Oh, Cloud Retainer. Oh, we're gonna talk to me. Oh no.
Here's how you can make lime kopi. It's basically like ice cream. It's very popular from Pakistan. Last time we made kopi's in cream, you know it's my cheat day. Then start by slicing up some limes and squeezing out all of the juice. Then in a blender, add
Whoa!
powder,
Madam
sweetened
King
condensed milk,
Cloud
your
Retainer?
lime juice, and sugar.
It appears you made haste after all.
And add lime zest.
One arrived but moments
The
before you.
consistency should be kind of thick. Then you can pour it into any mold you wish and
Bless
freeze it
my
for 8
soul.
hours.
To what do I owe the honor? How nice of you all to come and visit me.
Miss Illuminated Bird, haven't you said anything yet?
Said what, precisely? And why should one be tasked with saying it?
'Cause you're the one who's known Madam Ping the longest.
Street word. Or rather, Presumably, you would prefer to be addressed as Ping?
Oh, Cloud Retainer, you are uncommonly polite today.
Given that Lantern Rite is almost upon us, the weather in the city... Gone you?
Huh?
Dang. On the spotlight, huh?
Alright, so this all started because we were trying to help Mr. Dvorak find the Adeptus who saved his ancestor's life. Cloud Retainer informed us that the one who played that melody and rescued the drowning man was none other than yourself.
Let me think. Yes. What a long time ago that was. I'm surprised that you still remember it. Even more astonishing, perhaps, is the fact that this story has survived this long at all, when mortal lives are so very brief. It appears that she has proven herself right once again.
Who's she?
We like to call her Guizhong. From the look in Cloud Retainer's eyes, I sense that she has already told you all about her.
Albeit reluctantly, one might add.
There is no harm done. After all, Lantern Rite's very purpose is to commemorate the heroes who gave their lives for Liyue. Although Guizhong did not live to see the splendid sights of today.
So how has she proven herself right again exactly?
Once upon a time, she said to me that humans were a weak form of life that she wished to protect with her wisdom. But as she interacted more and more with them, her opinions on them began to change. She marveled at the beautiful complexity of their spirits, the sheer splendor of all they could accomplish through their hard work and intelligence. She told us that to underestimate human potential would be to make a grave mistake. With the smallest amount of guidance, enormous power can be unleashed in them. And a human who has reached their full potential may well be her equal. Someone who could have as much to teach an Adeptus as to learn from them.
She always had a way with words. That her mechanical accomplishments were judged superior to one's own was, one suspects, in large part due to her sheer eloquence.
Speaking of mechanics, Cloud Retainer, do you still remember that potted plant mechanism? The one that the two of you gave me as a gift?
Of course. Guizhong and one both put an immense amount of effort into that gift. It would be no overstatement to call it a testament to each of our individual technical genius.
As Guizhong once said, it takes every blade of grass and every flower to make a homeland. When I see the sight of Liyue Harbor before us today, I am reminded of this.
Madame Ping looks very emotional right now.
Well, she's been through a lot of time.
Of all of us,
oh my God.
It was Guizhong who was the fondest of these grand and exciting occasions. If she were still with us, I'm quite sure she would still be trying to best Cloud Retainer's finest works at every opportunity.
Oh my God.
No. He did actually Griffin. a griffin. Meow. No, it's not. What? No. 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 Mm-mm. Yeah. No. How about you? I think I still have my baby face. I don't know. I have a lot of hair. Giggity. Giggity. Giggity.